Hello and welcome. My name is Bubba Fabes and welcome to episode 17 of In the Mind of a Player. For those who are wondering why I haven't uploaded lately, I've been sick again and I apologize for that. So I can't wait to get this video and many more uploaded back on a schedule for you guys. Thank you for your patience and I hope you enjoy episode 17 of In the Mind of a Player. This being our first attack here on Bank, we're not too worried about knowing where the bomb is because as per meta, it is most likely going to be in the basement. So what we are doing with our drones instead is we're not trying to spot the bomb because we know where the bomb is. Instead, we are trying to drone out the area that we're going to be entering. So I'm going to be keeping my drone here and we're trying to spot for roamers and stuff just to make it easier for us to access our drones to try to find these players when we're entering the building later. Now spawning here in the alley, always being careful, making a rush behind the reinforced vehicle is usually the safest spot to be in case the defenders try to push out to kill you. So now as we push up, we're going to be careful not to put our Hibana in harm's way. Our plan is to take over open area so we have access to open up the hatches to give us that vertical view of the basement. Also, we're keeping in mind not bringing the bomb with us in case we die and it's a harder to reach spot and it's easier for the defenders to just control where the bomb is, as well as attacking in twos. If we do come across someone, if one of us gets taken down, it'll be easier for the second player to take that defender out. Now just to rewind it back just a bit for 1 second, notice the buck takes over to the right to watch those stairs there. I'll cover here on the left for this flank. This is to help our Hibana be safe in order to get these hatches open. The butt goes down. I immediately worry about covering that angle. Ash takes over just like she's supposed to. Now we have both angles covered again. Holding these positions, allowing our Hibana to safely open up those hatches so we can continue on with our push. Now in holding these angles, I'm trying to keep as tight of an angle as possible. Occasionally just kind of bounce peeking in just to see if there's that person. I was getting a call out that they were behind the tellers right there, so I know that there's probably someone gonna come over and peek. Finally getting a glimpse of that player coming about, tap firing the gun to maintain as much accuracy as possible. Again, just kind of pre-fire in that spot, trying to just hold them off a little bit and trying to keep as tight of an angle as possible. Even there, she kind of takes a couple of shots at me, but not much of me is showing, so it's going to be very difficult for them to pop out. Now, the only problem with those tight angles is what you saw there is by rushing past those angles, it makes it easier for them to push up on you. But without panicking and just letting them kind of push up, I still had the excessive cover. I was still safe in that way. And then they ran too far into the room. They were out of cover, and it made for an easy kill. So now it's down to a 2v3, so our best bet for security is for us to push together. So I'm going to make my way to my friend who already has the diffuser down over here, place my claymore to try to protect our flank, using as much of my abilities as possible, just in case if there's a camera or something, we can hopefully get rid of that. And then droning out so we can get maximum information to try to spot these players so to decide whether or not to push them or if it's safe to make a plant. One player goes down, I get a call that it's in the other bomb site, trying to get a view on there and get killed by a very good peek. If you can see, the Rook was using the bomb as its shield and just again holding those tight angles, which is vital in top gameplay. So here we are a little bit later in the round, but just to kind of the same idea of tactics and whatnot and how a team really works together is covering each other's flanks. For example, working in two, so I'm going to follow Glass right now, doing my best to try to cover his angles that he's not watching. Working in twos, if he gets over pushed, then hopefully I can pick up that kill, pick off that trade in players. Sometimes it's just as important to watch flanks, watch corners, and not necessarily get all the kills. Kills aren't everything. If you're watching a good enough corner and you stop a flank on your team, that is just as important as getting kills yourself. So as Glass pushes up, I'm just going to watch his back, make sure that he is covered, that no one can sneak up and just get an easy kill on him. We have our players that are pushing from above to watch that so no one can just drop in from there. Glass picking off some kills, making sure the explosion wasn't something else, and just holding, again, tight angles, just for pixels. As everyone moves up, there's 2 doors. I'm going to do my best to try to cover one. A player goes down, so I'm going to take over his spot, just as Glass finishes off with that final kill, winning us that round. Now just one final clip before I end this video. Just me soloing and just a casual, but there are a few things that I wanted to point out that I hope that you guys can learn from. Slowly moving my way up to garage, being very careful that no one's in there coming for a flank or a peek. Now noticing that that door from garage is barricaded from the other side, which is a good sign. If it was barricaded from the inside out, then I would know that someone was definitely inside the garage. Now using Buck's shotgun to make quick and easy work from these windows, being sure not to melee hit windows or doors. It just puts you at too much of a risk, too much of you is exposed. When you have a gun, it's just so much easier and safer to shoot out the window. Now after making all that ruckus, I'm going to hold this angle because if they have a camera or someone that noticed that I was there, they could easily make a call out and someone could easily open up this window to take anyone out rappelling. So I'm going to spend a couple seconds waiting just in case if it takes a couple extra seconds for that rotate to make sure that I'm safe before I move on. Now I'm going to make my way up to this window and I'm going to slowly peek my way through the window. Only revealing a little bit at a time. If I wanted to go one step further, I would bounce in and out, revealing a little bit more, but then quickly hiding behind cover again. In that case, if the player was really quick on the draw, he could still get the headshot on me before I pulled the trigger. So it just makes it a little bit safer to peek in and then bounce back out just like that. Now throwing in my drone, checking out the situation, see what other kind of players are here. One behind the monitors there, and then you can see that that back wall was reinforced, so there's no escape for him, which is a very bad idea. That kind of wall in between connector and monitors is very important. You kind of want to make a hole there, makes it much easier for rotation. That player's doesn't have much room to leave right now. I'm hoping that he just kind of peeks around and I can get a headshot if he comes around the corner. Doesn't look like he's going to make his way, so I'm going to hop back on my drone, see if I can spot him and hunt him down. He's on the close area, so I'm going to make my way and I'm going to use my grenade. Always being sure to remember that you have these utilities. Make the most of them because it's better off that you use all of your utilities for one kill rather than end up dying without using your utilities and then it's helped no one. With one player left, not quite sure where he is. My drone is dead, but the nice thing with this DMR, switching up for the shotgun, I know I'm going to have a close encounter. One player goes down, which reveals that I know that the enemy player is definitely on site. Here comes the shotgun, makes easy work in that close combat. Such a versatile weapon, which is why I like Buck's gun so much. Well guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, don't forget to click that like button on the video, let me know, as well as leaving a comment. I always enjoy hearing from you guys. And if you have not already, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more. Got a lot of great content coming out for you guys. Back feeling better, so back to making more videos. Well, until next one, I hope you guys have a good day and see you later.